and make an opening statement, and we'll open up the questions.
Well, congratulations to Maryland. I thought those guys played a really tough game today, especially moving into that second half. Bruno Fernando and Anthony Cowan, thought Eric Ayala played really well. Those guys were fantastic in the second half. And, you know, our team did some good things tonight. We played like an organized team that was playing smart and obviously really competed. It was as good of a first half as we played. Rebounding the ball, just couldn't get it done on the glass tonight. You know, 18-second shots, that's going to get you beat. When you look at our line, only turned it over 7 times. We made our free throws and we shot a good percentage. We just gave them 18-second shots. That was the difference in the game. They got a lot of threes off second shots. They got a lot of and ones off second shots. And you know, to be honest, I wish we could have done a better job in that area. I think we may have had a better chance to maybe stay in the game. But all in all, our guys played hard, played together for the most part, and you know, we got to pick ourselves up. It's a long year and it's a tough league, and we have Nebraska on Monday night, so we're going to try and push forward on that.
Okay, Zach, Mike, Jeff, and Stu.
Probably already addressed some of it there, but from your vantage point, kind of what changed after you got up 14 there early in the game?
They're going to make runs when you're playing on the road. Thought Anthony Cowan took it upon himself to really start to attack. You know, he was in straight lines at the basket, back part of the first half, and then in the second half, we had a really hard time for a while in the second half containing him off the dribble. Transition defense. Some things got out of whack to start the first 4 minutes of the second half. We had a couple shots blocked, a couple really tough jump shots I thought got us unorganized, and then they were able to capitalize on that. I think they had a 16-2 run to start the second half, which, you know, we were going to have to dig ourselves out of, which we hung in. We did some good things, but the inability to get a first-time rebound eventually, you know, just overwhelmed us.
When you have a game like this where Fernando's doing what he's doing, how much is this a situation where you miss a guy like Duran, misses kind of those contributions from some of the bigs off the bench?
Yeah, he was really good in around the basket. He was tough. We tried to take it out of his hands as much as we possibly could. He's also a really good passer, but he was as good as it gets, you know, in terms of what he was being asked to do. Finishing around the rim, offensive rebounding. He's low. He's a much improved player first to second year, so he's one of the better guys in our league. I still think that, you know, the key to their team goes through Anthony Cowan. I mean, when he's playing like that, they're tough to deal with.
In a game like this, how do you go about getting Juwan maybe a little more help inside?
We have to find a way to get our other guys and be confident in putting them in the game. The plan coming into the game was clearly to play as many players as we can. And, you know, when Juwan's playing well, and he was playing well most of the game, it's tough to take him out. But Justin's foul trouble, you know, seriously hurt us in the game. Him not being in the game defensively and doing some things that he's able to do for us hurt. But, you know, without question, I wish we would have been able to get him a few more blows and play some other guys. It just, you know, comes down to feel. And Duran probably shouldn't even have been in the game. That was probably on my fault. Probably set him up to fail. We should have went with Justin and Cliff.
Just getting Rob back involved, how beneficial was that for him? And
it was beneficial from a rest perspective. Rob obviously isn't himself. He hasn't practiced, but maybe a half a practice. He hasn't played basically in a basketball game since Butler. So to ask him to come out here and play perfect and do things, you know, that's going to be tough. You know, that was going to be tough. I mean, he ended up playing, I think, in the game, how many did he get? 17 minutes? I never thought he would probably even play 17 minutes. So hopefully he feels good after this, and hopefully he can get back to the consistency that he had leading into, you know, before he got injured in terms of his ability to help us practice and whatnot. But without question, he didn't have his feet under him a few times. Obviously his wind and just some of the things that you have to go through when you take that much time off. But hopefully if he stays healthy, we can get him back moving in the right direction, because he definitely, obviously, helps our team.
Seth and Don.
As the first half went along, could you sense a different mentality with the team playing with an early lead for once instead of playing from behind?
We played well in the first half. I mean, we played really hard defensively. We competed really hard, I think, to start the game. Clearly they made some runs. I thought we didn't turn the ball over, which was good to see. At times when we turned it over, it didn't go well. But, you know, to be able to finish the half and to go into halftime, I think, with the lead, plus whatever, 8-7, I'm not sure what it was, 35-27. I mean, we had a good start. Guys were really dialed in, a lot more so than we've been in recent games, so hopefully that can carry over.
Anthony last year at your place tried to do it almost all by himself at the end and had some struggles at the end of the game. What's the difference with what you see in him, the way he played tonight?
Well, you know, I think he's a year older, a year stronger. And they got a good system, they got good players around him, so he has space to play. And I think that he's a really tough cover in terms of one-on-one. Best thing we did was put Romeo on him late in the game. Probably should have had a bigger guy on him most of the game because he's shooting 12-foot pull-ups, or he's all the way to the basket. He's a bigger guy on him, in my opinion. And I thought last year we did a much better job being physical with him. We had a stronger guy on him most of the time. But he's playing really well for them right now. Their team is playing really well. They're a very good team.
Archie, what Romeo showed tonight, late in the game, why he's one of the top 5 players in the United States. What did he do, especially down the stretch, to keep you guys in and keep you close?
Well, he attacked. He was aggressive. He shot the ball well. Tonight, he was 9 for 9 from the line, and he hit some threes to keep us in there late. But he was good for most of the game. That's kind of how he plays. I mean, I'm not saying that he did anything I don't really see every day. I think he's starting to get a little bit more confidence, though, shooting the ball, which is a good thing because he's going to need to continue to do that. But we're trying to do our best to keep those guys fresh and whatnot. And I thought Juwan played, an Irons man 36 minutes. It's hard to play 36 minutes in that type of game. We'd like to get him a few more blows. But we also had some other contributions from the guys that are good. I thought, especially early in the game, Alan, Devontae, and Justin, those guys were good as well. And we just got to find a way to start to get a little bit more contributions from everybody involved. And that's how it is. It's early January right now. You're going through a really brutal stretch in the league. For us, it's about constantly trying to get improved and get better. We got better. We got better from Sunday to Friday. Now the question will be to continue to get better from Friday here tonight as we play Nebraska, on Monday at home.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.